it's Skyla. Welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing? I hope you do very well. This is the first day of the new week and it's also day 8 of 31 days of Listmas. So yeah, so let's get into this. I did give you the clue yesterday and it's childhood. So what is Skyla up to with today's list? I'll tell you what it is. It's top 10 of my favourite childhood movies. Yes! We got another movie one for you. So yeah, these are all movies that I watched growing up, basically. And they're fun to watch, but this is in my opinion. Your list could be different to mine, so let's go ahead with number 10 from 1984. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Yep, it's Ghostbusters with Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd. What's his name now? Sigourney Weaver's in it, Rick Moranis, and a few other amazing people. So yeah, and good old Slimer. And the jelly, what's his name? Marshmallow Puff Man. I love him. So yeah, 9 from 1988 stars Bill Hoskins and Christopher Lloyd as a bad guy. And it's Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I love it. Love it. So 8 from 1986. And it has, I think it's got Leah Thompson in it. And an actor that I absolutely detest. And he was in the original Beetlejuice. But he's in jail now and he's staying there for good. Because he's a naughty man. He was in that as well. If you know who he is, then you can put a comment down below if you want. And I'm on about Howard the Duck, the movie. Absolute classic. Especially the end with the song. And it goes with Howard the Duck. Oh, do 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 do. That's the jingle to it. Howard the Duck. Oh. Yeah. So 7 from 1990. And as you guys know, one of my favourite actresses of all time is of course Linda Blair. And Linda Blair is in this with Leslie Nielsen. I think, I'm sure Jesse Ventura was in this as well. Oh man, because Jesse Ventura was like some sort of like commentator for like Leslie Nielsen. And I can't remember the other actor's name that was with Leslie Nielsen performing an exorcism. Yeah, it's the spoof to The Exorcist called Repossessed. So yeah, and it's fun. It's fun. So 6 from 1989, my favourite Disney character of all time. Yeah, but it's not I'll say this, my favourite Disney character is this, but my favourite Disney movie isn't this, if you understand. And I'm on a course. My favourite Disney character of all time is Ariel. Always loved Ariel. And the movie in question I'm on about is Disney's The Little Mermaid. And I'm sure her name is Carol Benson. And her voice, I'm sure it is Carol. I'm sure it's Carol Benson, but I'm not 100% sure. So don't give me stick for that. She was the one that actually sung Part of Your World, and it's a song I love to this day. So yeah, so 5 from 1991 stars Michael J. Fox, and it's Doc Hollywood. Yeah, it's a amazing underrated comedy in my opinion. Yeah. So 4, I've mentioned this quite a few times on different lists, but of course I'm on about 1985 Santa Claus the movie with Dudley Moore. Now 3, we're gonna be a bit controversial here now, because a lot of people like the original. Where for me it's okay, but I prefer part 2, and that's from 1982, and it stars Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Caulfield, and yeah. And of course I'm on about Grease 2. Yep. Very, very controversial. I know, I'm probably the only one that likes the second one over the first one. I don't know whether it's because Michelle Pfeiffer is in it and she actually sings in it, or it just feels... To me, Grease 2 doesn't feel like a musical, where the first Grease was more of a musical. Even though I love musicals, don't get me wrong, but I think for me, I do like Grease 2 over Grease 1, the first Grease. So yeah, and I got 2 words for you. Michelle Pfeiffer's song, Cool Rider. Absolutely obsessed with the song, and it's on my Spotify and I play it all the time, so yeah. And I sing the song a lot. So number 2, narrowly missing out my number 1 spot, because a lot of you already would know my number 1. Because both my number 2 and number 1 are actually from the same year, which is 1988. But my number 2 is actually my favourite Disney movie of all time. No movie for me can ever top this Disney movie. Like, people would say, oh, you like Fantasia. I did like Fantasia growing up. It wasn't too bad, but that would be in my number 12 or 13. But my favourite Disney movie of all time is Oliver and Company. I have always loved this movie ever since I first watched it, when I was 4 or 5 years of age, and I've been hooked, completely hook, line and sinker. That's why for me, people would go, oh, do you like dogs? Or I do like dogs, but I prefer cats. And it's because of this movie. That's why. And my first pet growing up was actually a cat. And you didn't know that, did you? Well, I've just told you now. And of course, number 1, top of the shop of my top 10 of my favourite childhood movies, also from 1988. You guessed it, starring Tom Hanks, and also starring Judge Reinfeld. That's his name. He's got a weird name, but he's funny as fuck. I always get confused. I'm like, is Judge Reinfeld in it? And it's not. And I'm like, it's, and I checked it up, so don't quote me on that. The guy's name is not, and I can't remember. He was, I'll tell you who he was. If you watched Home Alone, he's the dad in Home Alone in this movie. And I can't remember his name. So yeah, for the life of me. And I always get confused, and I'm like, and I'm like, no, he's not. And it's all about Zoltar, and Elizabeth Perkins is in this movie as well. So yeah, I'm on about Big, and basically it's about a young boy who goes to a Zoltar machine, and he wishes to be big, and becomes big. Then he works in a toy shop, and he plays on that piano with his feet, with the boss, and that's why it's my favourite childhood movie of all time, and I love it. So yeah, redo this list again. 10 from 1984, Ghostbusters. 9 from 1988, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. 8 from 1986, Howard the Duck, the movie. 7 from 1990, Repossessed. 6 from 1989, The Little Mermaid. Sorry, needed some water. Anyway, 5 From 1991, Doc Hollywood. 4 from 1985, Santa Claus the Movie. 3 from 1982 is Grease 2. 2 from 1988, my favourite Disney movie of all time, which is Oliver and Company. And of course, number 1, also from 1988, is Big. Yeah. So, day 9. Clue. We're switching it up. Christmas snacks. There's your clue. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, hope you've enjoyed today's list. I'll see you tomorrow for day 9. Thank goodness I'm only doing 1 today and tomorrow, which is all good. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Turn that notification bell on. You'll get a brand new video from me tomorrow, mañana. So, alhamdulillah. Stay gaudy and have unpleasant dreams. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.